Focus on one thing at a time. It's okay to leave other things for later. It's okay to focus on just one thing, because if you want a better life or you want to improve, you want to get a lot of things, you want to figure out where you're going to live, you want to figure out what you're going to be doing, you want to improve your love life, you want a better body, you want more materialistic things, or you want respect, you want to master your craft, whatever it is. It's a lot of things, and that's okay. You can get them to eventually. But one thing that I see for people who are successful, and one thing that I've found, is that it's better to focus on one thing at a time, even for a year at a time. So, welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. And also, there's certain stages of life where you want to focus on things in sequence. Sequence is important, doing things in order. Sequence, you want to grease the pan before you cook, not afterwards. It doesn't work the other way. So when it comes to sequence and doing things, you want to focus on certain things in order. So basically, a mistake that I see is trying to do too many things and dabble in too many things and trying to make everything happen at once. And one thing that I see working really successfully is just really putting your head down and focusing and tunnel visioning on one thing. Like, this year is all about my career. That doesn't mean I'm not going to work out. It doesn't mean I'm not going to date. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do anything else other than my work, but I'm mostly just going to focus on my work. I'm mostly just going to focus on my career. And there's other things. We talk about sequence, and today I would love for you to also take a look at your life and think about, like, if you can only focus on one thing, what should that one thing be? Or if you can only focus on one sector of your life, what should that one thing be? Should it be your body, your health? Should it be your knowledge of something? Should it be just look at where you're lacking? But for sequence, I believe strongly that when you're younger, the biggest focus should be on your health, and that's something that you want to lock in. It's not something that you can keep forever, but you want to really figure out how your body works and what sort of foods you like to eat to feel your best and most energetic, and how to get the best sleep and all this stuff. That should come first, because if you don't do that and you lose your health, everything else is going to fall apart, and you come to health too late, out of shape. It's going to be a lot harder to get in shape and figure it out. So you want to focus on health. If you're out of shape or in poor health, then that's pretty kind of no-brainer. You got to focus on that one, and not disregard the other stuff, but like, your free time, your free energy should be spent working on that problem. Right. So once your health is locked in, career and figuring out where to live are important. You don't want to live in the wrong city. You don't want to live in the wrong place. Live in a country when you're supposed to live in the city. Live in the city when you're supposed to live in the country. Start a family in the wrong place, and then, not live up to your potential or have to move. So also in your youth, traveling a little bit is important. Or not as like, oh, I want to go see the world, but like, I want to figure out the best place that I can live. That's important, and I think that's almost should come before finding the right relationship. Not to say you shouldn't spend time on that either, and get experience and get reps and do it with someone else and figure it out, but it just can't work if you live in different countries or if you live in different parts of the world. So you need to be together in the right place. So you need to make sure you're in the right place for yourself, and then later you'll be in the right place for us, right? So that's worth spending, for me, after focusing on health, I did focus, I'm gonna travel for a couple years, and I'm gonna work on the other stuff, and I'm going to maintain that, but I'm gonna spend a lot of my time looking at where am I going to live, and that led me to, okay, I'm gonna live in Hawaii. Now I can focus on some other stuff. You also want to focus on your career, figuring out, becoming a master of what you're doing, making sure you're doing something that you love, that you enjoy, that you can do for a long time, and just doing the most of that. And if you don't love your work, then that's a problem, because you're spending so much of your life doing it. So if you don't love your work, you also, at some point, you're going to have to be like, okay, I need to spend a year just trying out different things, experimenting, asking myself questions, looking at what people are spending their time on, and figuring out how I'm going to either love my work or find the work that I love. And then I think that the sequence is important, because if you have all these and you're not totally waiting, but you have all these and you have your health, and your character and your work and your place to live locked in, at this point it makes more sense to focus on dating or focus on relationships, friends, community as well, because now you know you're going to be here, now you know what you're doing, now you're healthy, you have more to offer, you're less needy, you're more helpful and have more to give, and you can go hard in that department. And again, I don't want to say like you can't do it all, you can't focus on it all. You can dabble in a little bit of everything, but you got to have a focus, and I think it's worth setting a theme for a whole year. Like, I've done this before. When I was younger, especially, I'm going to have a year. I'm going to work out this year. It's what this year's going to be all about. I'm going to travel this year. That's what it's going to be all about. I'm going to work. That's what it's going to be all about. And then later on, okay, it's time to be more social and figure out how to get more love in my life, right? But one at a time and do it in sequence. So I hope you find that helpful. Feel free, please, down below, share what your focus is going to be, what other things you like to get to, but you're just going to put on the shelf for now and say, hey, I will get back to that later, but right now I got to focus on this. So hope you find that helpful. Hope you find that useful. Those of you who want more advice, more feedback, more help, y'all should check out my book. That's on Amazon, called I Wish I Had Told Me Sooner, Life Lessons for Young Men. So thank you, appreciate you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Peace out, and I will see you in the comments.